Hello, this is Terrorontor, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the third episode of Terrorontor Does Science. Yay! In today's episode, we are going to learn a thing or two about branch mining. Basically, the question we're trying to answer is it best to have tunnels that are 2 blocks apart, which allows you to reveal every block, or is it best to assume that every vein that you will be finding will be more than 1 block wide, so that even if you do this, you'll end up finding all of it, or let's say that even if you do this, you'll end up finding most of it, and really we're trying to find out what is the best ratio for amount of time spent digging, right? So how many tons you have versus how much stuff you find. Ideally, you would be finding as much stuff as possible with as little work as possible. So we're just going to test that out in a couple of different ways. Right now, I have 4 copies of this exact world right here, right? I have my Silk Touch pickaxes, so that we'll have a very, very precise count of how many blocks we dig up. I have the 4 20-block long tunnels, and along each of these, however frequent our tunnels will be, right, we will dig each tunnel down 20 blocks. The idea here is that I'm actually going to put myself into survival mode, and keeping all of that in mind, I am going to actually start mining totally normally, just as I would. Just so you know, this is a random seed, by the way. I honestly just spawned and dug down straight where I spawned. I built that little enchanting thing over there to get these pickaxes. If you want the seed, though, bam, there it is. This is the coordinates. You can see that I'm not messing with you in any way. This is all totally legitimate. Just so you know, though, all of the veins of ore that were visible before you even started mining, just the ones that were visible in these walls here, I did remove all of those and I replaced them with stone. Because if you were going to find those in every single test, we could really just remove that as a variable because we already know it'll be the same. So yeah, with all of that removed, we're just going to actually do pretty much exactly the same test, all of which it'll be in exactly the same world. And because I'm going to be doing this like I would normally mine in Minecraft, whenever I see an ore, I will of course dig it out, and if that reveals more ore, like it's in a vein, I will dig out all of the ore in that vein. So we're going to start in this world right here. I'm going to start with the tunnels that are spaced with 2 blocks in between each one. That should reveal every single ore. And then we will move up in numbers from there. We're probably going to test 2 blocks of space, 3 blocks of space, 4 blocks of space, and 5 blocks of space. Just so you know, we are at layer 8 right now, which is a decent layer to find stuff. It's not the ideal layer for diamonds or anything, but it should be just fine for what we're doing. And without further ado, I am going to put myself in survival mode, and I'm going to start mining. I do have my brightness on full for this, just so you know, and I am playing on peaceful. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna start mining, and I'll be seeing you again shortly with a couple chests full of everything I find in this little test. So, see you soon. Hello there. So, here we have it, our 4 tunnels, each of which is 20 long, and each of which has all of these 20 long tunnels, spaced with 2 spaces in between them, all completely mined out. I mined it just as I would if I were mining normally in Minecraft. We ran into some lava here, but we will run into lava in every test in the same place, so it's not really a huge deal. And this was our haul. I'm just looking at the valuable resources we found right now. All of this random stone and stuff. That's crap. We don't need that. But yeah, check it out. That's not too shabby. Sorry for any background noise you may be hearing. I know I've been saying that a lot lately, but you know, there's lots of background noise. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. So there we go. It doesn't actually matter exactly how much stuff we found. We're really only using it for the sake of comparison to the other tests. So just keep this in your memory. We'll be coming back here to check that out. I love this. It's like the beam of light and snow and beauty shooting down through the ground and stuff. Oh my gosh, now there are dogs barking. It's insanity. Alright, though, so I'm going to go to another world, and I'm going to do this exact same test, but with 3 blocks of space in between each tunnel. So we will be doing much less mining. We'll be doing well, let's see. I can think. Tunnels with 2 spaces. We're doing 1 tunnel every 3 blocks, and that'll be 1 tunnel. I guess we're probably doing only 3/4 of the mining or something that we did here. I don't know exactly. I'm too tired for math right now. Right though, I'm gonna go to another world and I'm gonna do the same test, just different, and we can compare the results later. And I'm gonna do a couple more worlds. As you can see, I'm time-lapsing pretty darn fast here because I don't want to make you watch all of this. Right though, I'm actually probably gonna go into time-lapse and do a couple more worlds like this, each one with tunnels spaced out differently, and then we can just compare results at the very end. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll be seeing you again shortly. Alrighty, we are back, and we just finished mining out our 3 spaces, 1 shaft world. This is exactly the same world. The only difference is the spacing of the mine shafts. And this was our beautiful haul. It's still pretty darn good. But I was kind of thinking about the math for the mine shafts, and I realized that when you're doing it like this with the, you know, 2 spaces, 1 shaft, you are actually, for every 3 little possible shafts, you're mining out 1. You're mining out 1/3 of the blocks in the area, and 1/3 is the same as 4/12, right? That's the thing I have to math, okay? And in this thing, you're doing 1/4 of the possible blocks in every area, which is the same as 3/12. So honestly, you're only saving yourself 1/12 of the mining every time, I believe, if I figured that out correctly. And I don't know, like I said, I'm tired. I haven't mathed all summer, so that might not be a perfectly correct mathing, but I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure. Because, yeah, I'm mining out 1/3 of the blocks, 1/4 of the blocks, 4/12, 3/12. That's how math works. Yeah, so you're only saving yourself 1/12 of the mining. And I'm not sure what percentage of the resources you're getting, but we'll figure all of that out at the end. Either way, though, I am going to go do the next test world, where we'll have 4 spaces in between each mine shaft. And then I'm going to do the 5 spaces in between each mine shaft, and we'll be done with the test. Then we can figure out our data. We can look at all of it, make some pretty pictures, and it'll be fantastic. So I'm going to go do that, and I will be seeing you again shortly. Hello there. So here we are. We've just finished mining out our 4 spaces in between each mine shaft world. And the number of resources we are getting is dropping steadily between each world. In this one, with the power of math, we can figure out that you're actually not doing that much less mining than you are in the 2 spaces between each one world. You're actually only saving yourself about 2/15 of the mining to get what looks like considerably less resources. But I'm going to do this with 1 more world, then we'll actually figure out all of the math for the percentages of resources between each world, and hopefully we will have ourselves a decent conclusion. So, I'm going to go do that, and I will be seeing you again shortly. Hello again. So, here we are in our 5 space 1 shaft world thingy. All dug out, yes it is, and here is our wonderful collection of stuff. So hey, I'm gonna go do some quick math, gonna go check out the data from all the worlds, and then I'm gonna come back to you with a fantastic conclusion. So I'll see you in just a second. Hello there. So, we have the results. They're all tallied up. Doodly doodly doo. Magic. Alright, so these numbers you're seeing before you are ratios of the amount of work in comparison to the first test. Right? So the first test was our control, that's why its number is 1. So that this number is the amount of work in comparison to the first test versus the amount of materials you obtained in comparison to the first test. So with this, sorry, I gotta do this, there we go. So with this right here, I did just put all of the special blocks, right, whether it was coal or redstone or lapis, gold or iron. I put it all in just one category, right, just tallied it all up. Basically, we can see here that test 1 is 1, so that's actually our worst out of these 4. That's the worst one you can do. Test 2 was 1.16. I did do 5 decimal places on each of these. This one only has 4, and that's because the 5th decimal was at 0, so that makes sense. Test 3 is 1.14, and test 4 was actually our big winner with a 1.4. But I would like to point out something about this test really quick. I only did the test once in a small area. And I'm going to do a silly analogy here. Let's say that you're doing a test, a questionnaire. You go out on the streets and you ask people, do you like oranges? Now let's say you only do the test with one person, and that person says yes. And then you go about putting on posters and stuff. You say 100% of people tested like oranges, right? Now that is not a very accurate test, and that's sort of what I did here. I only tested it once. But let's say you go around to 80 people, or let's say 100 to make it a nice round number, and you ask every last one of them, do you like oranges? And let's say all 100 of them say yes, right? Well, now you still have the same result. You're still saying that 100% of people like oranges, but that test is about 100 times more accurate than the test that was done where you only asked one person. So I'm not saying that my test is bad. It's a valid test. I did it correctly. But it is not as accurate as it could be if I were to do it multiple times. So, if you have some free time on your hands, I would do this test again, but I don't really have the time. But if you have some free time on your hands and you would like to conduct this test yourself, just do exactly what I did and send me the results of your test, or post them as a video response to this video right here. I would love to add those results to our pool of data, and possibly we can get a more accurate idea of exactly what is the best way to branch mine. But I felt like what we did here was pretty darn good. I personally, like in my Let's Play and stuff, I'm actually in desperate need of stone all the time. So I'm probably going to end up... Oh, that's nice. That was a good one. Oh, sweet. Oh, look at... Oh, it's still going. That's beautiful. I really actually want lots of stone and stuff. So I'm probably going to end up doing our second option, even though it didn't show up as being an amazingly good one. And I'm going to do that because it will have an odd number of blocks between each thing. And I really like odd numbers in Minecraft. So yeah, I'm probably going to stick with that one for my Let's Play. But as you can see, they're all pretty good options. From this particular test, we saw that having 5 blocks of space in between each shaft was your best option. Hey, but like I said, unless we get some more data in here, we can't really know for sure. But hey, thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, leave a like. If you would like to see more videos like it, leave a subscribey thingy. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment or send me a message. Tune in next time to see a pretty neat invention which has to do with farming. Thank you very much for watching. Terrorontor. Oh, wait, nope, not out quite yet. I also would like to remind you that if you would like to do this test yourself and send in the results, please, please, please do that, because it would be awesome to have a more accurate idea. Man, and this is an awesome seed. Look at this. We've already seen plains, desert, jungle. It's so cool. Right, though, if you'd like to do this test yourself and send in the results, feel free. I suggest you just send them to my inbox or send me a link to a video or something, or post it as a video response. Thank you very much for watching. Terrorontor is out.